Hello and good evening. Today it is Sunday, October 3rd, 2021. And for this video today, I will be sharing my thoughts on the brand spanking new Kingston Frontenacs uniforms you see here that they'll start wearing for the upcoming 2021-22 OHL season. So these uniforms, in my opinion, are actually not bad. I like the new shade of gold. They've got a nice, simple, traditional look. But ironically, I'm actually not happy with this uniform change because, in my opinion, the uniforms the Frontenacs just replaced were some of the most beautiful uniforms in the entire Canadian Hockey League. That's a pretty strong opinion considering that the CHL is made up of three different leagues: the Western Hockey League, the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League, and of course the Ontario Hockey League. So I mean, are these uniforms bad? In my opinion, no, they're not. But what frustrates me, or disappoints me, is that they're replacing what I think are two of the best uniforms in all of the Canadian Hockey League. So, first off, I want to also acknowledge that they've changed their shade of gold. It's more along the lines of what the Golden Knights use in terms of a shade of gold now instead of bright yellow. And, I mean, it's a nice, simple design. I'll give the Frontenacs credit. These aren't terrible uniforms. And the home jersey reminds me quite a bit of the Boston Bruins' current third jersey, which, in my opinion, is, for being a very simple, plain sweater, I really like it because I think it's such a nice homage to the Boston Bruins' history of uniforms from the 30s throughout the 1940s, from the 1930s and 40s. But, you know, what I liked about the Kingston Frontenacs old uniforms was that they utilized an old jersey style from basically 90 to 100 years ago that nobody else that I've seen uses regularly. You know, they've got this black sweater here that they just retired. They did change it a little bit when they switched from the Edge template to the CCM Quick Light template, which resulted in, I think they made the numbers on the sleeves black instead of yellow, which was a good move. And the other thing is, instead of a nice traditional V-neck collar, they went with a new ugly collar because ugly collar designs seem to be in vogue right now, or in style right now, because you know, Adidas in the NHL has been forcing these awful Adizero collars on us for the past 4 years. And CCM, when they switched to the Quick Light template, they also brought in ugly collars as well. It seems like every sports league and every hockey jersey has an ugly collar style now, unfortunately, which is a bummer. But anyway, my point is, this is such a unique style of uniform compared to 99% of the teams out there, whether it's the Canadian Hockey League, the American Hockey League, or the National Hockey League. And this was the matching away. A beautiful design. And you know what I always liked about this uniform here is it reminds me of the Boston Bruins uniforms from the mid-1930s. And you know, it also reminds me of this gorgeous throwback uniform the Boston Bruins did wear in the 1991-92 season as part of the National Hockey League's 75th anniversary. I love this design. I actually think this is even better than what they wore in the 2019 Winter Classic, even though I honestly feel that was a great, beautiful sweater as well. But I like this version better. But, you know, this was their home. This was their away. And, you know, and here's another shot of it with the new CCM Quick Light collar. And ironically, it actually still looks really good from the front. And even on the back, even with this big, fat, ugly collar, it actually doesn't look bad here. But you see what I mean? It's a classic, beautiful design. And also notice the black numbers on the sleeves. I think they slightly updated the striping along here. Actually, I think I stand corrected. I think they might have done it a little bit. I'll go back one more time. Okay, they just changed the color of the numbers, basically. That's what they did. But see what I mean? It's a beautiful looking uniform. And, you know, here's another shot. Even with the CCM Quick Light collars, they still wear beautiful sweaters. And I love that they were the one team that went with such an old school style uniform, and they looked so damn good. And now they're replacing them with these. I mean, I'm not saying, I don't want you viewers thinking that I think these are bad, but they're good jerseys, but I'm so disappointed because I think they're such a downgrade from what they were wearing. I think this was a completely pointless change. And also note the retro Frontenacs logo is on the shoulders now on these jerseys. And you know, I really liked the Frontenacs old uniforms because they had a unique style that nobody else wears regularly, whether it's the Canadian Hockey League, the American Hockey League, or the NHL. And now, you know, they've got traditional style uniforms. The new shade of gold is actually not bad, even though I would prefer if they kept the bright athletic yellow gold. But the metallic-y gold that's kind of more along the lines of what the Vegas Golden Knights use is actually really good here too. These are simple traditional uniforms. I can't say anything bad about them, but I don't like what they're replacing. I don't like the fact that they're replacing the uniforms that they've just retired. And this is a little bit of a small throwback for my longtime subscribers from about 4 years ago when I shared my thoughts on this third jersey, which I assume is now retired. I mean, I like the color. I don't like the design of the jersey. And I thought I'd add that in here today just as a bit of a small throwback because I don't know if I said it earlier. I don't think I did, but this channel actually has a little bit of a small history talking about the Kingston Frontenacs because I did a video on that yellow jersey you just saw there. But you see, these are decent uniforms. I can't say that they're bad because they're not. But I'm just so disappointed because they had something truly special that they've just replaced just for the sake of change, and I'm so disappointed. You know, the Boston Bruins never had this style of uniform in their history with this design in black. I mean, the white design is basically the exact same style that the Bruins wore in the mid to late 1930s. But you know, this uniform here and its white counterpart were really, really nice uniforms. The classic throwback feel of them, they've really stood out before. And they stood out for all the right reasons, in my opinion. You know, maybe for the home jersey here, maybe they could have had a little bit of black to break it up between the shoulders and the arms here. Maybe a little bit. Where the white stripes are, where the numbers are, maybe they could have redone that a little bit and made this stripe here black to break up the shoulder yoke from the striping on the arms a little bit, which I think would have actually been a bit of an upgrade. But besides that, to completely get rid of these, I am so disappointed. You know, the new uniforms are fine, but in my opinion, these were so unique. They had such a nice classic feel to them, and they're so much better. And I love how they were the one team that utilized this old school jersey style from basically 90 to 100 years ago. These really stood out. Their new uniforms, they're fine, but they're nowhere near as good as these. And I especially will miss the away jersey. I mean, the home jersey is really nice, and I really like that too. But the away jersey, just the look of it. I mean, come on, Kingston. Why did you have to change this for this? You know, I can't say these uniforms are bland. I like the traditional look of them. Even the metallic gold is fine. But this is maybe one of the most ironic videos I've ever done. Because the irony in this is that their new uniforms are actually decent. I like the traditional design. I don't even mind the new shade of gold. But what frustrates me here is that these decent uniforms are replacing a pair of what I feel were timeless classics. And, you know, I gotta be honest, I'm really disappointed. Because in my opinion, I think that the Kingston Frontenacs might just have replaced maybe some of the absolute best uniforms in the CHL. You know, to go from this and this to this, in my opinion, is a downgrade. And it's so damn disappointing. You know, if they wanted to make this black uniform here, their new home uniform here, a brand new third jersey, I think this would be a great alternate jersey for them. As a third jersey, that would be awesome. But to make that your new home jersey, retire those classic uniforms, and to make a matching away of this, I'm sorry, this is a big downgrade in my opinion, even though these uniforms are actually not bad. I got to be honest, I'm really disappointed because I really do believe that the Kingston Frontenacs just retired two of the best uniforms in the entire Canadian Hockey League. They were classic, they stood out. You know, could they maybe have tweaked the home jersey a little bit, like I said earlier? Yeah, I don't think that would have been a bad idea. I think they could have tweaked the arms a little bit to break up the shoulder yoke from the sleeve striping. But besides that, even the way they looked great. But anyways, yeah, I really wanted to make this video because, in my opinion, the Kingston Frontenacs have just dropped two of the most beautiful uniforms in the CHL across all three leagues. And I have to be honest, I'm really going to miss these. And I know not everybody's going to agree, but I thought these were two of the best uniforms in the CHL. And definitely some of the absolute, maybe the best uniforms in the entire Ontario Hockey League too. But anyways, folks, what do you think about the Frontenacs' new uniforms? I'll make this the last shot before I call it a wrap for this video. What do you think of these new uniforms? Feel free to comment down below. I'd like to hear what you guys think of these. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? I'd be curious to hear your comments down below. I hope you enjoyed this video, ladies and gentlemen, and at this point, that's going to be a wrap for me. So until next time, until my next video, take care, and as always, bye for now. And Kingston, why? You really did have two of the best uniforms in the CHL. Damn. I wish that you would have left these alone. But anyway, yeah. All right, folks. Take care. Bye for now.